Hello everyone, welcome back to Crocker Creek Brewery. Today we have a very interesting and special brew we're going to be making. We are going to be making Blaand. For those of y'all who've never heard of it, Blaand is a drink that originated in the Highlands of Scotland and is reported to have come to Scotland from the Old Norse Vikings. So this brew has a potential history of 1100 years. Most of the recipes are closely guarded secrets passed down through generations, but I got this recipe from a fellow YouTuber by the name of Happy Homestead, who's from Orkney, Scotland. So, as we make this blend, we're going to need 1 gallon of whole milk. I have already poured my 1 gallon of milk into my pot here. With a thermometer, you want to start simmering your milk up to 199 degrees Fahrenheit. It's going to simmer for about 20 minutes. You also want half a cup of lemon juice. You'll see us use that here in a minute when we begin to separate the curds from the whey, because Blaand is made from the byproduct of cheese making. Curds for cheese, whey for Blaand. We're also going to use 4 cups of sugar. This is a lot more sugar than I typically add in a brew, so hopefully it turns out good. You're going to need 1 teaspoon of bread yeast. I'm going to be using Red Star Active Dry bread yeast. We have our 1 gallon carboy and a funnel. All of this has been sanitized. Of course, we have our hydrometer. And I'm going to be using a new tool today, a turkey baster. We're going to be using this instead of my auto siphon, because all we really need to do is have enough liquid to get a reading with our hydrometer. So instead of using the bulky auto siphon, we're just going to use the turkey baster. All of it has been sanitized in Star San. So, I'm going to let this go ahead and heat up to a simmer for about 20 minutes. We'll see you guys then. Welcome back, everyone. Alright, so our Blaand, or our milk as it is right now, has begun to simmer. Let's go ahead and add our half a cup of lemon juice. And we are going to stir that in. And we're going to let it separate for about 20 minutes. It's already starting to curdle. So, put our lid on it. And let that sit for 20 minutes, stirring occasionally. We'll see you guys in 20 minutes. Okay, so our Blaand has been simmering for about 20 minutes. It is nice and separated. I've been stirring it occasionally. It is time to go ahead and strain it to separate and remove the curds. I have here a colander lined with cheesecloth and my other pot. Now, I'm not going to show this on the video because I'm going to be moving around and pouring things that are almost boiling temperature. So you'll get to see the curds separated from the whey here in just a sec. Alright everybody, so we've gone ahead and strained off our cheese curds. I don't know if you can see that. Let me bring you all over to it. Here is our cheese curds. And beneath that, let me get the strainer out. We're going to put this on our kettle, on our pot. This is our whey. What we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and squeeze our bag of our cheese curds and get a little bit more whey out, and then set the cheese curds aside. These will be used for cheese making another time. Okay, let's go ahead and pour carefully our whey into our pot again. And we're going to go ahead and add our 4 cups of sugar. There we go. Give this a good stir. And there we go. We're going to let this cool down. It might take about half an hour or so. So once this cools down, we'll continue on with the process. We'll see y'all then. Okay, everybody. This has been cooling for about an hour. What we're going to do now is go ahead and pour it into our carboy. Let me get my funnel, I had to clean it. My funnel has been re-cleaned and sanitized again. Let's go ahead and pour in our whey. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we have it. This filled up right below the 1 gallon line, and it's this lovely green color. It's supposed to be green, greenish yellow, it's okay. Let's go ahead and add 1 teaspoon of yeast. This is the yeast I'm using. Active dry. And we're going to go ahead and shake this up. The reason I'm going to leave this much headroom in here is because I'm not sure how active this ferment is going to be. I know milk can get quite frothy, so I don't quite know. We might get risky here in a few minutes and add a little bit of water to it. We'll see. You can tell how frothy a ferment's going to be when you start mixing it up. If this doesn't foam very much, you might go ahead and add some water to it. Now, sorry, my phone decided to go crazy for a second. Now, this drink, as I said before, was originally from the Highlands of Scotland, up in northern Scotland and among the Isles. And they claimed it originated from the Vikings who settled in that area. In Scotland, it was given to babies the day they were born as their first drink, and it was given to people the day they died on their deathbed. So it was the first drink and the last drink they ever had. Those may just be old wives' tales. I'm not sure. But regardless, this is a really old recipe and one that I'm super excited about. I've heard about Blaand. I've never made it before, so this is an experiment for me as well. I think we'll be okay adding some water to this. Let's go ahead and add enough just to get it up to a little below the handle of our carboy. We'll be right back. Okay, that's as much as I dare to add. That was about 3 cups of water. Let's go ahead and mix it up really good. Get any more yeast, any sugar, and add oxygen to this brew. And stir in that extra water we added. 2 reasons for that. 1, sometimes I get a little greedy and I want to add a little more to make it a full gallon. 2, we're using bread yeast, which has a potential alcohol tolerance of 8.5, but I've had brews go up to 12% to 14% with bread yeast. By adding 4 cups of sugar, which is more than I've ever added, I don't know if bread yeast will be able to make it go dry, and I also don't know if Blaand is supposed to be dry or sweet. Like I said, this is a totally new experience for me. I guess we'll see in about a month or so. Okay. I don't see any sugar or yeast particulates. Let's go ahead and check this with our hydrometer. And see what our specific gravity is. It's a little foamy, but I think we'll be okay. 1.112. 1112. That's not too bad, actually. I thought it would be a lot higher. Let's go ahead and add this back in. All right, we're going to put an airlock and a label on this, and we're going to check it again in about 3 weeks. Thank you all for joining me today at Crockett Creek Brewery. This was a very interesting recipe. Alcohol from milk. Who would have thought? Apparently people thought about it a long time ago. So, we'll see y'all in the next one. Thank you all for joining me. Bye now.